whatnot here, moving right from where we left off, and now it's time to actually create a game. So we will be playing on a Meromur map. It's a 75 province map for 2, 3 or 6 players. I'll be using it to play with 3 other opponents. Name of the game doesn't really matter. Random land nations, because there's no space to fit a water nation on this map. And we will be playing as Pangaea. Seems alright. Pangaea, a woodland nation inhabited by wild beings connected with the nature. Halfmen such as satyrs, centaurs and minotaurs serve the lords of the sacred groves deep in the forests. Expansion of the civilized nations have forced the beasts of Pangaea to arm themselves with man-made weapons. Minotaurs wield huge battle axes, and centaurs are trained to use spears and longbows. The magic of the penny lures women into the woods. No, it isn't. There will be no menades in this video. Forest beings. Stealth troops will heal battle afflictions. Yes, they will. Military. Satyr and Minotaur infantry, centaur archers and warriors. Mostly centaurs. Magic tunes, I may showcase those, though they are not very effective. Massive nature, earth, blood and some water. And death on our pretender. Priests average. So they can do most of what's required of a priest, but they can't capture Thrones of Ascension. Alright, load pretender god. Let's have more people in Hall of Fame. Let's have no limits on artifact forging. Let's have some more Thrones of Ascension. Like one of those, one of those. That would be total of 9 points. And we will require 7 of those to win. Okay. Renaming is allowed. Anybody who watches this video is welcome to request their name to be assigned to one of my commanders. I'm not guaranteeing that you will get exactly what you want, but I'll do the best what I can. Okay, that looks like all what I wanted to do. Oh, random events. Common. We want a lot of fun stuff happening. Right. Here we go. In the beginning there was chaos. Something something chaos, something something order, something something Pantocrator, whatever. And then this Pantocrator pissed off, and now we can beating who will be the new supreme deity, basically. Speaking of deities, where's me god? Answer is he's sleeping, and will be sleeping for a year or so. Because I needed more strong dominion, better scales, I ended up setting him as dormant. So he will appear about this time next year. First thing you should do at the very start of the game is to check on mercenaries. We have far strikers. This is a squad of, I think, longbowmen. They can be useful, not with our starting troops though, because there are these guys. They have no shields, or rather those have bucklers, which suck, and those don't have any shield at all. They will suffer heavy friendly fire. Not good. So we either have AI have those archers, or we take them and we suicide them so nobody has them. I don't know. I'll figure this one later. Next thing that we may consider doing is to declare our prophet. This guy is a perfectly good chassis for a prophet. He's big, he's strong, he leads a whole bunch of troops. So we'll give him a properly sounding name. We rename him first because you can't actually rename your prophet after he already has been declared. So, and then here it goes. Next turn he will be our first and only level 3 priest. That's important because you need either your god or a level 3 priest to capture Thrones of Ascension. Speaking of which, let us see what this throne holds. If it's rather poorly defended, we might want to get it quickly. Otherwise we will expand this way and plop our second castle here, so it gathers resources from all those provinces and also borders two forests which have good resource income and allow us to recruit some of our national troops without any additional buildings. Next on the list of things to do is what we're gonna spend our 400 gold on. I think we should recruit some semblance of actual army to complement our starting troops. That comes out to exactly 5 centaurs and a dryad. We are 150 gold short of this one, too bad, but an ordinary dryad is fine too for the time being. She's cheap, she has some research, we'll manage. Well, that concludes our first turn, so let's end it here. Well, that's 3 out of 4 nations declaring their prophets. Us, Helheim, that's their starting commander, and Kailasa, their starting commander, a big freaking ape. Alright, let's see who our neighbors actually are. That's Ermor, basically Roman Empire with fire magic. Helheim, that's like Norse people, magical Vikings, illusions, death and blood magic, all sorts of fun stuff. And Kailasa, the land of apes, ruled by some Hindu demigod beings, I don't know. Okay, now we have our prophet, we have our scout in place, lots of things to consider. Right, horse tribes, phantasmal warriors, heavy infantries led by a sorceress. Not something we want to ram our heads against right away. Better to leave them alone for the time being. When our borders come to any of those provinces, we will try and assess how many actual troops do they have and what that sorceress actually knows as far as her magic powers are concerned. Now we have a researcher, 10 research points because of our magic domain. Let's put her to a library work. Right, what we gonna want to have first is enchantment. At least I think it's enchantment. Press N to select only nature games. Nope, it's not enchantment. It's alteration. Yes. Lots of good stuff. Enlarge, protection, elemental fortitude, swarm, wooden warriors, mother oak, all sorts of useful shit, all in one school. Here we go. It's gonna take a while, but we attempt and recruit one mage each turn from now on, from each of our castles. Now to assemble an army. Here are our centaurs. Oops, morale penalty, 3 squads out of 2. Let's combine with those dudes. They're gonna charge forward because they're undisciplined. And then we will have centaurs on the other flank attacking rearmost enemies. Hopefully they'll flank enemy force and arrive right at their commanders to chop them to pieces. Our commander will cast Sermon of Courage and then smite the heathen to Kingdom Come, or what's it called? Something like that. Order 2 for now. There are archers, there are militias, heavy infantries and archers. Don't really care. Probably more or less the same strange. Let's do this one, because it allows us to know what those provinces contain. Here you go, Cozy. Get us some new land. Now for the reinforcements, we want another dryad, at least maybe a centaurid or a centaur, but definitely a full complement of centaur warriors. 260 gold. That's 10 gold short of dryad mother. Whatever, regular dryad, 106 gold spill over to the next turn. Alright, that's what to do for now. Research goals set. No any new recruits. As far as mercenaries concerned, first strikers are employed by Kailasa. For the next 2 turns we can't even get at them. We can try and outbid Kailasa when they come next time to pay the bills, but until then pretty much have to do with what we get. And turn. Oh, yes, Black Harpy. Do me a favor and fly there. Since we're not attacking this province, we don't know what's there. And since it's in our domain, it will be easier to capture. Troops in their own domain have like +1 morale. Here it goes. Friendly dominion. And in the enemy dominion they suffer a penalty of -1 morale. Sounds fair. And turn. Battle at Arcatos. First of all, let's see the results. 1 satyr dead, enemy completely destroyed. Well, that's ought to be fun. We have a few troops here, heavy infantry with ringmails, iron caps and spears. They are like our satyrs but better equipped and worse stat-wise. So even much, I'd say. Then there are light infantries, which are terrible. Oh, militia, they don't even have shields. They have a few archers, which are also terrible. Our centaurs would destroy their souls in anything resembling an even fight. There are two commanders, which we will recruit sometimes in the future to herd our troops around. Oh, three commanders, whatever. Let's see how it goes. Our centaurs running around their main lines, decimating their heavy infantry. Militia is running. Everybody is shitting their pants. Okay, that's what I like to see. Nothing more to see as far as events concerned. Let's look at our surroundings. Wolf tribe archers. That's negligible, although wolf tribe shaman have sometime death magic, but it's too low of a chance to try and fish for one. There are horse tribe cavalries. We don't need horse tribes, we have centaurs. There are barbarians. They will suffer heavily when we pit our bow-wielding centaurs against them, but otherwise they are pretty scary with their two-handed weapons. There are steel archers and militias. There are undead. Well, undead sound like a work for our profit, so we'll better get this way. Right, what do we want to know next? Like, what's this fertile farmland? We want to know what's guarding this thing. I hope it's not elephants. Now, as I said, commander. We won't waste the turns on our capital to recruit commanders. We'll better off with mages for the time being. So, our troops will be herded around by those guys. Commander, box standard in every possible respects. Nothing to see here. Alright. One more dryad. A few more centaurs. Now we can produce, well, what do you know, still 6 at a turn. Not even that. Because one resource for a commander. Still not enough gold for anything but a dryad. So here you go. The resources that are displayed here will be saved if we get one more unit. Okay, research is chugging along. The nature gems are accumulating. Lake of Mists. That's good, we will need some water gems. Those will tick 1 per turn, plus 6 nature gems from our capital. Very nice. Let's send our army towards the Undead province. Capturing this forest, we will actually gain some resources for our capital, so we can build more centaurs. Everybody have their orders. This video comes to about 20-minute mark. Well, that's enough for today, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.